Good morning. Welcome to my channel. This is Canning with Kate, and I am bringing another very inexpensive meal or side to your meals today. Like I said in my most recent video, I'm trying to really focus on a little bit more economical meals for my family. And so a lot of that, I want to make sure that my kids have protein in their meals as much as possible. So sometimes that is going to mean meat, and sometimes I'm going to look at more of the beans type of thing. And my kids are playing in the background, so I apologize. I'm trying to keep the noise level down a little bit. So this one is coming from the Canning Diva, Diane Devereaux. So she has, hold on a second. Okay, kicking my kids outside. All right, so this meal, you can make this as a meal or a side. This is a 5-bean medley. Super simple. I am not soaking my beans. I did rinse them and drain them, but I am not soaking them, and you can certainly soak them overnight if you want to. There's absolutely nothing wrong with doing that, but I'm going for fast because I have a lot to do today, and I'm trying to get this done as soon as possible. So you are going to be taking just a variety of beans, 5 different types of beans, rinsing them off and then putting them into your cleaned and hot jars, pouring hot water and salt if you choose, and then that's it. So I will show you. Here I have a whole mix of beans in here. I have kidney beans, I have Great Northern beans, black beans, split peas, and pinto beans in my mix. So they're already dry, or not dry, but they are rinsed. And so I'm just going to take 1.5 cups of beans into each quart. And if you are doing pints, then you can do 3/4 cup, so just half of what you are doing for quarts. Okay, so I'm gonna ladle these in. You might get, I've noticed that when I do beans, if I'm doing dry beans, I tend to get a lot more quarts than it says that I'm going to get. So this says that you're going to get 8 quarts if you follow the instructions exactly. I did a little bit less beans because I only want 7 quarts. I don't want to have extras laying about, but I still might have extra. So this is a very large recipe, which is great because it's also very inexpensive. All right, so for this, I am planning on using this as like, you could make this as a bean burrito. You could try to, yep, I'm gonna have way more left over, so I can actually do 2 canners of this. So keep that in mind. But and I just got 1 bag of each type of bean. I got a 16-ounce or 1-pound bag of each. So I think I'm gonna get quite a few meals for like less than $10, which is fantastic. You could do refried beans with this. I love having beans that have been pressure canned because they are so incredibly, that's hot, easy to smash, and that's what my family tends to use it for, is for refried. And so they basically come out of the jar being able to be mashed and ready to go. Of course, you're going to heat them up. But it's very simple. So all you're going to do is fill these with hot or boiling water. Fill the jars, and it looks like I might need to get some more water boiling. And then debubble and pop them in the canner. My canner is already heating up so that I'm not going to be putting hot jars into a cold canner. You never ever want to do that, because you will have a very, very good possibility of cracking your jars, and then you're going to have a whole mess in your canner, and it's a waste of money, so don't do that. All right, I'm going to get some more water boiling on the stove and finish filling these jars. After, oh, filled that one too much. After all of these jars are full, the water, I'm just going to take 1 teaspoon of salt. I use the pink Himalayan sea salt. You can use whatever you have on hand. All right, so there's those, and then you are going to debubble like so. And then once you've debubbled and gotten all of your jars filled, you are going to wipe the rims and put on your lids and your rings fingertip tight. And then these quart jars are going to be processed for 90 minutes or for an hour and a half. If you're doing pints, it would be for 75 minutes. All right. Yes, I'm definitely going to need some more water. That's a bummer. Okay, so once I have all of these ready, I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to wipe the rims. I am going to put the lids on, the rings, fingertip tight, and pop them into my pressure canner. I'm going to vent for 10 minutes, so it has to come up to a steam, a steady stream of steam, and vent it for 10 minutes, and then you're going to bring it up to pressure. Mine is 10 pounds of pressure, and then you're going to start your timer for either 90 minutes for quarts or 75 minutes for pints. And then once it has finished its time, you are going to bring it down to 0 pressure, and then you're done. And you can take your jars out and leave them for 12 to 24 hours, or 24 to 48 hours, and remove the rings, wash your jars, label them, and pop them on your pantry shelf. It's fantastic. All right, so I will show you how this looks after I am all done and what the jars are going to look like. They're going to be much fuller than they are right now, because beans always puff up quite a bit after they have been canned. So, all right, I will see you at the end. Okay, just in case we have some new canners watching, I'm going to show you how to wipe the rings, or wipe the lids, the rims of your jar, and put the lids and rings on. So I'm just taking a, yes?
So all the darts?
Nerf guns. Okay, so I just took a clean wet paper towel and wiped the rims of all of my jars, just in case there's some salt or something got on there that you can't see. All right, then you take your clean lids and your ring, and pop them on. Tighten them fingertip tight. Remember, you don't want them too tight because then the lids are going to buckle. And there's nothing seriously wrong with the buckle lid. It just means that too much pressure was built up in the jar and the air was not allowed to escape. And so you just want to use those kinds of jars first on your shelf. It's happened to me before, especially when I first started canning, because I had no idea what I was doing. But luckily you learn and you grow. All right, so all of my jars are ready. I have 7 jars to fit in my canner. And so I'm going to put all of these in there, build up to a venting, vent for 10 minutes, build up to my pressure, and then I'm going to process these for 90 minutes. And then I will come back and show you what the end result is. All right, I'll see you in a while. All right, welcome back. I have finished processing the beans. It's so muggy today. My hair is just like as much as straight hair can be. We've been getting a lot of rain, thank God, but it's very muggy outside. So everything is processed. All my jars are actually cool now because it's been a little bit since I took them out of the canner. And it's looking like everything is sealed, so that is amazing. And I will show you what these jars look like. Here we go. All right, so you can see sometimes, especially with beans, the beans will rise upside out of the liquid, and a lot of times people, especially if they've just started with the canning, they're unsure if that's okay. Yes, that's fine. Okay. This one, obviously, I did not fill as much as the others. Most of them are very full to the top. And so I am not concerned about this. And you should not be either if that happens to you. If you don't like the way it looks, if it bothers you, then all you do is you just fill the jars a little bit less with beans, and then you won't get that. You'll get the result of the one jar that didn't have as much and still had quite a bit of liquid in it. That's the result that you'll get on all of your jars, and that's just a personal preference, and it's not something that bothers me. I know that the food is still safe, it's still going to taste amazing, and it's still food on my pantry shelf. So don't worry about that. If you have beans or food that's out of the liquid, as long as the jar seals and as long as it stays sealed, you're fine. It's more of an aesthetics issue, I think. I mean, I might be wrong on certain things, but I think it's mostly just aesthetics on the majority of food. So don't worry about that. And that's it. We've got 7 more jars of beans on our shelf. And so tomorrow I am going to remove the rings and wash the jars and label them and put them on the pantry shelf for our family. I was also thinking that besides just like tacos or refried beans, you can also put this and make like a salad out of it. You can just have it as a side, and that would be great. So nachos, nachos would be good with these. So this is, it's just a great versatile jar of beans that you can put on your pantry shelf. So I encourage you guys to continue canning, and I hope that you try this recipe. So let me know. All right, like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you on the next time.